week 2 of doing Project Pantry, and there's some stuff we still need to work through on this cupboard. I did a full stock take last video, and there are some things that have gone off but still sealed, which I think we can still work with. And yeah, my big challenge of this week is figuring out what to do with the flamingo peas and the ground almonds. They're sealed, they're out of date, and I need to figure out what to do with them. Sorry, it's so bright. But yeah, I'm gonna start off with these. Apparently you can make like a hummus with them, so I'm gonna give that a go. You boil / simmer them for 30 to 45 minutes to cook them. So I think I'll do 45. Oh. Yeah, let's let that simmer. Wow. Okay. God, I'm gonna have to clean up the hob after this. Oof. Also, I am obsessed with this little hand wash from Faith and Nature. I like to use like solid soaps upstairs, but in the kitchen, I do like a little bottle one. And this one just smells so nice and is so gentle on the hands. You know, sometimes you wash your hands and you're like, oh, can't do that too many times or else I'll dry them out. This one just feels so lovely and it smells so good as well. They're just such a good brand for the environment as well. They are, I think, the only brand. They were definitely the first to put nature on their like board. So they have to consult with nature with any decisions, or like nature gets a vote or something like that. It's so interesting and cool. Okay, so the peas are done. They look pretty cool. Let me just rinse them and cool them down. Okay, and as much as I love hummus, I'm not really that familiar with making it. Like, I think I've done it once before, but I'm not like great at it. So obviously the peas. I quite like them. Shame it takes forever to boil them. Kind of a bit of a nutty taste to them. So this is replacing the chickpeas in the hummus. Then I've got tahini. Just put a glob in. There we go. Yeah, it tastes fine. Okay, lemon juice. Lovely. Olive oil. And some cold water. Don't want to overdo that. You can add, but you can't take away. And let's see how this comes out. Hey, that looks just like hummus. Hey! Yeah, could do with a bit of salt, a bit of seasoning, but I'm pretty happy with that. Oh wow. A little bit of garlic puree, olive oil. Let's stir that up. I think I could do better, but for a first attempt, I'm pretty happy with that. Oh my God. Okay, and to go with the hummus, I'm gonna make some courgette, sweet corn, like fritters. Chickpea flour. Water. Put in the courgette. Sweet corn. Namek. I also have some vegan feta, so I'm gonna put some of that in. Just a few little bits. And then fry them up. I feel like this meal took me forever, and I think that's normal for when you try something new. But yeah, I'm hungry. I really like my little fake hummus. And I've got my fritter. And yeah, I feel like sweet corn and courgette just go really well together. Been in such a sweet corn mood lately. I don't know if it's like summer, but I think of it as a summer food. But yeah, that is split peas sorted. I figured out a recipe with them. Flamingo peas. That's really nice. I would 100% make it again. There's something weirdly nutty about it, which I think makes it nicer than chickpea hummus. I think I can make the texture a bit like wetter or creamier. So if there's anyone who makes a lot of homemade hummus watching, please give me a little bit of tips. I don't want to overcomplicate it too much, but like, what did I need to add more of? I was pretty happy with the result. I didn't want to meddle with it too much. Sometimes I try so hard to balance things out, I end up just going in the complete wrong direction. But anyway, yeah, if you're new around here and you're wondering what Project Pantry is, it's basically just trying to use up what you've already got before you go buy new things and being really aware of what's in your pantry and regularly going through it and putting the stuff that's expiring or maybe even expired at the front of it to help save yourself money and helps prevent food waste, basically. It's just a good habit to take on, and I feel like I've done it mostly because my cupboard was a mess, so it's been nice to declutter a bit. It's also challenging me to try new things and to revisit products that I maybe got with the idea of eating a bit better or a bit different and then never following through. Yeah, it's been a few days since the last video cut off, and in that time I ran out of ketchup and I bought new ones because I'm not living without ketchup. I got a veg box delivered today, that was really nice. I get odd box just because it's full of food that's been like rescued from elsewhere. So maybe they've got a surplus somewhere, or maybe the food's been rejected because it looks a bit odd and a bit silly. Like my courgettes were pretty small this week. But yeah, I love getting that. It helps me eat seasonally too. And I tried, I can't remember, was it a cashew butter or an almond butter this morning? That was so gone off. I've gotten very cautious with my foods. If it's kind of expired, I try and take a bite of it before I like throw it into a meal or anything. So yeah, I just had to kind of like rinse it out and put it in the bin because it was grim. Honestly, it's been so long since I've tried to cook something new, and I'm so happy with how it's turned out. And I'm happy I'm challenging myself.
Wait, my bake is nowhere near your milk.
That's very good. Not getting much out of the cupboard today, just because I'm having some scrambled tofu for breakfast. Oof. I actually do have something, well, it was in the cupboard, now it's in the fridge, that I need to work on. I opened this in the last video and I should get through it quite fast because it's quite out of date. Hot, sweet and tangy green sauce from Holland & Barrett. So I'll put that in my little wrap. Yeah, on Friday mornings, I'm always doing my newsletter, which is like green vegan news, like just a roundup of the news you'll probably have missed, especially like nowadays. Obviously it's important to stay up to date with the big news stories, but I feel like there's always so many big political news stories that it's so easy to kind of like to miss kind of like the greener things going on. So like, I don't know, just like little updates on like greenwashing or green energy or animal rights wins or like new studies on veganism, stuff like that is like what I generally cover. So I'm gonna leave the link down below if you want to sign up. It's a free update, it comes out every Friday. And I really love doing it, it keeps me informed. But yeah, one of the big news stories of the week came in last night, which is the first time I felt like hope in the UK politically for a long time. But Zara Sultana has left Labour because of their views on Palestine and their aiding of the genocide, basically. and she's run off to start a new party with Jeremy Corbyn. I'm so excited about it. I thought I was going to burst into tears when I saw it last night. I think we've all been waiting for it. And yeah, I've been a Green voter. I love to vote Green, but I also just don't think they're really cutting through. Like, a lot of people just do not relate to them. So I think it's really exciting to get a new party who I believe will prioritise like green solutions and the climate crisis and things like that. But their key messaging is maybe more around being for the people. And what is it Zara put? She had something at the end of her like statement kind of saying there are like 3 major parties for the billionaires. It's about time we got one for the ordinary people. I'll put the actual quote here, but I loved it. And I think that is exactly the messaging, because it's not about like being the Green Party. It's about everyone wanting safe drinking water and corporations held to account for scamming the people and our nature, and a tax on wealth, not work, and things like housing being seen as a human need, not maintain and grow your wealth scheme. Very excited, very, very excited.
Oh my gosh.
Well, she used to love that.
Lovely.
Just been for a lovely little picnic with my friends, but like, I just had so much work to do where it's been so hot lately. Like, first half of the week, I just end up so behind on everything. Like, my laptop was just overheating, I was overheating, like everything was probably working at like 60% capacity. It was just not good. So yeah, I wish I came a bit more prepared with that. I could have made like some cookies or just a little sandwich or something, but instead I ended up buying some like vegan sushi and some like pre-packed fruit. It was just a bit foolish of me. But no, lovely little afternoon out and a catch up with some friends. Dinner tonight, we are making my favourite, bangers and mash. I don't want to eat this with my bangers and mash, but I am going to keep it to the side. I might like cook it up in my like scrambled tofu instead of the courgette or something, or I might end up juicing it if I do a little bit of a juicer. So it's not going to waste, but it's not going in this meal either. And from the cupboard, oh, we're not getting the pitta. There is some gravy around here. Oh, it's right at the back. Summer, I didn't think I'd want it, but can't have bangers and mash without gravy. Actually, it sounds like the punchline to a joke or something, but I don't think I've said I'm vegan yet, which is odd for me in a video like this, but I'm vegan and so is the regular Bisto. Fun fact.
Oh my god, yes, yes, yes.
Absolute best, top tier meal. Glad I used up those potatoes as well. I think they were from last week's veg box. So I get the smallest veg box you can with Odd Box, which is an extra small, but I normally don't do more than 2 weeks in a row. Even with all the veg I eat, it's still, it can get a bit much. So I normally have to have like a break just to kind of catch up on everything they sent, so I'm not worrying about stuff going out of date. This morning I'm making a breakfast crumble for breakfast, and we're gonna get into that almond flour. So from the cupboard we've got almond flour and coconut oil. Reminder that it is July 2025 and this went out of date last Halloween, and this around the same time too. And I'm also gonna use some of my deliciously Ella granola, but I think this is in date. Goes out of date in August. And of course some fruit. Gonna do apples and pears. So yeah, to make the crumble, I just melt up some coconut. Oh, it's already melted. So let me go with a tablespoon of the ground almonds. There we go. And then the granola. coconut oil. I think we just might need more crumble mixture. Let's go. Yeah, that's perfect. A little bit of cinnamon. Here we go. Perfect. And into the oven. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty much my go-to recipe when I've got too much fruit. It's very much like porridge, but that feels a bit more fancy. Another day out today. I feel like it's summer now and everything is so busy. But one of my aunties having a big birthday party in Essex, so I'm gonna go. I'm bringing along my boyfriend as well. He's met my parents before, but he's not met the wider family much. So that'll be nice. Yeah, I guess this would have been a gluten-free dish because I think all Deliciously Ella stuff's gluten-free and almond flour's gluten-free, right? I'm gonna have to check this. But yeah, almond flour I think has a little bit more protein than regular flour, so it's easy to just slip into dishes, kind of easy. I couldn't really taste it in this. Yeah, gluten-free. And yeah, that's just ground almonds, so that should be gluten-free too.
I'm still in shock paying 18 quid.
Bit of a big night out yesterday and I had a little bit of risotto that I've got to film, so sorry about that. But yeah, it's next morning and I need some carbs. So I'm just gonna have some scrambled tofu and I'm definitely gonna have some of that hummus I made the other day. Someone messaged last video saying I should get a new pan because this one's scratched and it's not very good for your health. You got scratched Teflon, which is very valid and very helpful and thoughtful. I just don't know what to get instead because this pan's pretty new and it's already kind of burnt and scratched a little bit. When you live in a house, you don't want to invest in anything too nice because not everyone looks after things the same way, accidents happen, etc. So I don't want to spend a lot of money on a new pan just for it to get damaged within a year. So yeah, if there's anything that you guys recommend that's not an investment but is a bit better for your health and a little less toxic, basically. I'm keen to get something new, but I just don't want to get anything too nice unless it is really easy to look after and really foolproof, basically. Yeah, if you watched last week, you'll remember I went on one of the Capital Ring walks, which is a 14 segment walk around London. Really fun. We normally do one a month, and I guess we kind of are, because last weekend was June, and now we're in July. But I think just the way some holidays fall and when people are away, we're doing another one today. So at 10 o'clock, I've got to be at, Greenford, I think. Northwest London. It's going to take me an hour to get there. But yeah, good. I could do it with the fresh air, I think. Also, if anyone else is a fan of Squid Game, I finished season 3. I thought it was amazing, but I know there are mixed opinions on it. A few people messaged me when they saw I was watching it, just being they hated it. They hated season 3, basically. But I thought it was really good. Yeah, lovely show. And I'm glad they've stuck to just 3 seasons for Squid Game. Even if other things kind of come out of their universe, I think that's perfect.
Go on, let's have a go. Let's look at the viewing platform.
Want a refund?
Yeah.
Oh. The walk was lovely, the train back was horrid. I've just had a shower, I feel a bit better. And I'm just gonna make myself a little light chocolate banana toasty. I have this Vigo spread, which hasn't got a lot left in it, but when did it go out of date? May 2025. So only a couple months back, it's not too bad. But I do wanna finish it. Like, yeah, really not tons left. So we're gonna get through it. Yeah, we're gonna do banana, pita, toasty, and then just like heat it up on the pan. There really did not end up being much chocolate in these. This is pretty much empty. Someone suggested I make hot chocolate with it, where I just kind of like fill it up with warm milk and hot water and then shake it or stir it and hopefully it'll all merge. So I'll do that at some point. I'm pretty much counting that as a finish from the pantry, so very happy with that. So this is it for episode 2 of Project Pantry. I still have a few challenges left in my cupboard, so we'll definitely do at least one more episode. But I think I am actually really getting to grips with the foods that I've been ignoring in there and learning to work them into my recipes a bit better, basically. I think that's it. Like, you just need to give yourself a good push and then you're good to go. And then I am free to start restocking the cupboard again, but a bit more intentionally probably. And I reckon I'll do a sort of like cupboard restock maybe video when it gets to that point. Yeah, it's been so fun reading how different people react to foods that's past their use by dates. So many of you guys are really fearless, and there are stuff in your cupboards with use by dates of like 2009, which I think is quite wild. So yeah, going forward, I think one, I will be a bit bolder about use by dates, but also two, I'm just going to be a bit more careful about what I buy and bring into my cupboard and just more conscious of using it. But yeah, thank you for watching. And if you were one of the people that commented on the last video saying you were going to go through your cupboard and do the same thing, and you still haven't, go do it now. Honestly, you feel so much better for it. Just get it done, go for it. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. Mwah.